Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So, all right. Whew, I am tired, 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 tired. All right. And I want to use this one and this one. All right, guys. So let's get started. Let's get started. I asked what this reading was going to be about, and what I heard is it's time to work it. So it's time for you to put some effort into something. You're going to be working something, and it's something that I feel very chill. I feel very chill, just very tired. I tried to get up super early this morning to go to the gym. That didn't quite work out. I didn't drink enough water yesterday again, so I got to slow it down. You got to slow it down, Emmy. You got to slow it down. I'm slowing it down. I'm slowing it down. So we got to make this kind of like an express reading because I have class starting in a short little while. Basically, immediately after I finish this, I got to head to class. Let's get started. Here goes. All right. Ooh, there's a lot of emotions right now. Well, I missed Thursday for gym day. I had to stay home, and so I tried to make up for Thursday with today. Did not work. I mean, I could have forced myself, but I tried to listen to my body instead. I chose to listen to my body instead. All right, so here goes. Secret in reverse. This is something you're not going to be able to hide from yourself. This is something that's happening. It's happening in real time, is a feeling that I'm getting for quite a few people. It's happening in real time. There's realizations that are popping off. And I think for some of the realizations, you got to make sure that you're not operating from a place of triggeredness, right? A place of waiting for people to kind of like screw you over. I think, and it's not that the possibility is not there. There's always the possibility. Let's like just be realistic here. People change. We're all different. And so we all have different levels of capability of being dishonest with others, right? So there's always the possibility that's there. But for you to make decisions based on your fear that everyone has the same elevations in possibility, that's not going to work, at least not in this situation. You're going to need to have some courage. You're going to need to have some faith in your ability to discern what is and is not safe for you. So this is a situation that you are not bringing upon yourself. This is a situation that's kind of just unfolding before you. You probably don't even know how this started. It kind of just like was brought to you. And two things. First one, you're feeling unprotected, you're feeling unsure, probably because you've had bad situations happen before. But secondly, you don't need well, this is a general statement, so you're going to have to discern. I want to make that clear. You don't need protection from this. This is a part of what your path actually is. Okay. This is part of the details of your path. Old cycles are now coming to a close for new cycles to be brought forward. But if you're going to allow the same fears to exist as you're bringing new cycles forward, you set the tone for the new cycle. That means it will be on you if that new cycle is going to end the same way old cycles have, right? This is a lot. This is just a lot right now. Damn. Okay. We just gotta keep flowing. Allow yourself to bring your passion home to you, right? Because you've totally pushed your passion elsewhere for far too long. Um, I think for many people, the heart of that message for those cards is that you've been feigning passion and you've gotten really good at showing people what they want to see rather than truly genuinely living deep within your truth, right? Allowing that truth to use you as a channel to rise up and be witnessed by others. So now you're being encouraged to truly be passionate about something, really truly follow something forward. Like, um, I know for me, there's like certain things that can trigger me, can cause me to start thinking and wondering, like, oh my gosh, is this gonna be another bad thing? Is this gonna be another one of those? Like, I don't need any more of those type of experiences and situations. But I mean, really though, is it? Well, it depends. Will I make it into that? Will I turn it into that? That's on me, isn't it? That's absolutely on me. Absolutely on me. So, what's on your shoulders? What are you needing to decide right now? Because the fear that you're embodying is definitely blocking your ability to go ahead and create, right? This fertile period is going to kind of fade out and then I don't know. I don't know. Like I look at it in terms of like women's cycles, right? You're not fertile 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. You're just not. On average, women are fertile for just a couple days out of 28 days. And then the rest of that time, you're not. If you miss this window, either you're going to need to wait till the next window opens, or, and this is the more difficult thing, um, what if this is your last opportunity before you solidify quite a bit of struggle for yourself? What if this is the last opportunity? And I always have that thought kind of just wafting in my head, right? Like, is this the one time I'm not going to be able to undo what my fear has caused me to create? I don't know. I don't know. Let's look at the other cards. All right. All right. It's time to take action. So you're not going to have the luxury of time. Yeah. You're not going to have the luxury of time. Conclusions are within reach. You got to make up your mind. Either way, you got to make up your mind. I don't know which one you should decide. I don't. I don't even know what your circumstance is. I'm just going strictly off cards. I don't know what your circumstance is, but you got to make up your mind. The conclusions are within reach. Are you coming to these conclusions because of fear from things that have happened in the past? That's very prominent for me. Yes. But do I allow my past to dictate my current conclusions? No. Why? Well, because I don't need my past joining me in my present and therefore affecting me in my future. I don't need my past joining me in my present, therefore affecting my future. I don't need my past joining me in my present and therefore affecting my future. Y'all are very highly intuitive. You get a good sense of people. You get a good sense of when people are using you. You get a good sense of when people are dishonest. You get a good sense of their character. Sometimes we just don't want to believe it, though. I know that's me. I'm getting a lot better on just like, no, thank you. No, thank you. No, I'll pass. Pass. Let me take my socks off. So, luck is on your side. No, luck has nothing to do with this. This is about you really focusing on what you're creating. Are you allowing your fear to be brought into your present, affecting your decision making that will then also affect the trajectory of your future events? Don't let your past hold you back. Oof. Um, I think I need some coffee. This detox tea is not enough. I'm starting to get super sleepy. Girlfriend, you got class. All right. Don't let your past hold you back. So I think for some, maybe you're doing too far of an extreme. Meaning, for some of you, you're doing the polar opposite of what you've decided in the past, trying to avoid past events from repeating. Others of you, you're committing too much to the same behavioral patterns of the past, further ensuring that there is going to be a repeat of that same past event. Why don't you pick the middle ground, right? It doesn't always have to be the extremes. I'm talking to you, Emmy. I'm talking to you, Emmy. Um, Sometimes you just got to pick the middle ground. You know what I mean? Where you allow yourself to try something tentatively, get a feel for it. And then as you get a feel for it, then further solidify your commitment to it. Right. That's kind of the thing that I do for a lot of different projects that I have going on. Um, Obviously, we lay the groundwork of what's expected and all of this and all of that. And then it becomes a thing of, we're very clear. We're trying this out. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I'm not so committed to this working out that I'm going to completely dishonor what my intuition is telling me. If it works, beautiful. Let's keep going. Let's fully commit to it. If it doesn't work, if things are kind of like, then we're just gonna have to let that go. We tried. We tried. It's all good. You know what I mean? Um, I think allowing yourself to remember some of the things that have happened to you in the past and also remembering the feelings that you had knowing this was not healthy for you way back when, but still committing to it. I think you need to remember that. Never forget that. But does it have to live with you in the present? No. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It doesn't have to live with you in the present. I just you've already been through it. Do you need to learn it again? Because if you don't need to learn it again, then it doesn't need to be with you in the present. Okay? Your dreams need a practical plan. Ooh, this is uncomfortable because for many people, yes, your dreams do need a practical plan, a way for you to bring it into fruition. For some, and this is not going to apply to everyone, I want to make that very clear. For some, this is not going to be something practical. This is something you're just going to have to throw your all into and you'll see it work out. Because sometimes when it comes to things that are like destined, it's not a practical thing. It's just not a practical thing. It's something that you don't know why, but you need to do it. You don't necessarily have a specific um, game plan. You don't even necessarily have to have a specific outcome in mind. You just know that these series of actions, decisions, connections, whatever it is, it's just something that you need to do, right? I was watching this video earlier It's about Candace Owens. If you don't like her, stop. I love her. I love her. She just speak what she speak. So Candace Owens was asked about her story with her husband, and how they met. And she said that she was at some event or something like that. I think she was speaking. She looks into the crowd and she sees this man. She's like, oh my gosh, he's really cute. And then I don't know. I guess they got connected somehow. But the story continues to where like her husband's best friend, who was their best man at their wedding, when he was making, I guess, his best man speech at the wedding, he goes and starts reading the text messages that kind of were texted between himself, the best man, and the groom that same day that Candace Owens saw her husband, a complete stranger at that point, in the audience, and thought he was cute. Her husband texted his best friend, "I want to make this girl my wife," or something like that. I was like, "Oh, that's cute." And then she says that I think is another video. She says that he was boarding a plane to go to South Africa for New Year's, and he asks her, "Do you have a moment to get on FaceTime?" And she's like, "Yeah, sure." And so he asks her to marry him on FaceTime. That was like 18 days after their first date. I mean, that's crazy. That's illogical. Why would you do that? But for them, it made sense. For them, it was something in full alignment, and they both kind of just felt it. They both kind of just knew it. And the text messages that were shared during their wedding ceremony kind of shows that it was illogical. It was absolutely illogical, but it was something that was destined. Something that was absolutely destined. And that resonates with me because, like, the first time I met my husband, I distinctly remember sitting across from him, like, we were not on a date. We were both in relationships that were literally on the verge of ending, separate relationships. And I happened to be sat in front of him. And I remember I was very uncomfortable. I didn't want to look at him at all. But one of the thoughts that went through my head was like, "Ooh, see, I need to be with someone like that." Right? And then we didn't talk at all. We didn't talk at all. But over the course of the year, between the first time I met him and then the second time I met him where he actually approached me and spoke to me, both of us single at that point, our paths continued to cross without us realizing it. Because apparently, and no, it was not a inappropriate picture. During that time, people who were in their teens and early 20s, they would go to these little like makeshift studios and take pictures with their friends. That's what you would do. They were never like X-rated images or anything like that. All very PG. But there was a picture with me and my then best friend that I guess was circulating around the Bay Area. And he kept telling his friend that he wanted to be introduced to me. He didn't know I was the same girl that sat in front of him. Nor did he know when he approached me while I was working a year after I sat in front of him that I was the same girl in the pictures and the same girl that he sat in front of. He had no idea. He had no idea. And this fool, he must have just known me for a couple of weeks, and he asked me if I wanted to go to Lake Tahoe and get married. And I was like, nope, nope, you're crazy. No, I barely know you. Except it wasn't crazy. And I look back now and it's kind of like, huh, I was just so ruled by logic, and like illogical things were just no, no, never. I could never. But look, I mean, what would have been the difference? I don't know. Do I regret not marrying him within a few weeks of knowing him? No. I guess I needed that for my own reassurance, all that time that occurred between the point where we met and the point where we actually got married, right? Not everything needs to make sense. Not everything needs to have logic, but you can feel it. You can feel it. And it wasn't, "No, I don't wanna marry you." It's, "That's so illogical, like, I'm really feeling you, but, oh my god, that's crazy. We don't even know each other yet." Right? Yeah, when a man asks, he knows. He already knew very early on. That's why he was so cocky with me. I was just like, "Ew, what makes you think? What makes you think that?" Well, 'cause he already knew. He did. He already knew. A fiery climax approaches. So, there's this opportunity being presented to you, right? It could be a relationship, it could be a friendship, it could be work, it could be living circumstance, it could be all sorts of different things. It could be all sorts of different things. And if you drag your feet, sometimes windows will close. I've had this happen before where there is a set plan, and that plan, everyone is committed to it, and there's no feelings really that have changed. And then suddenly, boom, a shift occurs, that window closes, opportunity is gone. Opportunity is gone. So if whatever the opportunity is that's being presented to you, if you really, really want that, you just need to do it. Of course, use discernment. Discernment. Okay. Don't let your fear of the past happen. You've already been through the past. You know what feelings lead to what type of circumstance, right? Your body communicated to you way back when. You could feel the anxiety. You could feel the hesitation. Maybe you felt like your stomach get upset or whatever it is before something bad happened between you and other people. Listen to that. You know what that feels like. Don't act like you haven't been through that already. So when you know what it feels like, that means you know when that feeling is approaching, and that means don't do it. Like for example, I've had a severe subluxation in my knee before. Like the knee's supposed to bend like this, right? Bend like that, except my knee bent that way to the side. That's just not how knees are supposed to bend. They're not supposed to bend that way. And luckily, it was a subluxation. Probably tore some ligaments. It's okay. Tape it up. You're good, girl. You're good, girl. You're good. Tape it up. Immobilize it. Put some sticks on the sides of your leg. Secure it at the top and the bottom, above the knee, below the knee. It's good. That's what I did. Anyways, I know what that feeling is right before a subluxation happens, right? A subluxation is a dislocation of a joint that pops itself back in. So it doesn't say stay dislocated, it'll pop itself back in. It still creates tremendous damage, injury through the joint, oftentimes stretching or tearing ligaments, but it pops itself back in. So there's been a few times where I'm lifting a fairly heavy load and I can feel that building indescribable type tension. I'm very, very um, aware of different sensations in my body. Like I can feel organs. It's an uncanny thing. It's weird. It's weird. Most people can't feel that. I can feel it. I can feel when muscles are becoming overstimulated and they're about to just go bonkers. I can feel that. So I'm like, yep, nope, set it down, set it down, set it down. Nope, don't lift that. Nope, stretch it out. You're not getting hurt here. Just stretch it out. That's all you got to do. You don't have to keep pushing the movement just to prove that you know what it feels like right before you injure yourself. Why do that? That's what I've never understood about most people. They will continue to push a subject, um, an experience, push a conversation, push this, push that, knowing where it's headed, but you got to keep pushing it, or just to confirm to yourself that you're about to screw yourself over. Okay, that don't make no kind of sense. That don't make no kind of sense. It just doesn't. There was this one project that I did where it was still in the very early stages, and there was another person involved, and for some reason I kept pushing off the paid portion of the project, right? Where we would begin providing something that people would pay for to receive. And I kept pushing off the start date, kept pushing off the start date. Something just didn't feel right. And I kept like, okay, let's rehash everything. Let's make sure we have all the details set. Just want to make sure we have a very clear understanding, everyone involved, as to what we're going to do here. And then at the last minute, I was just like, you know what? I just don't feel right. I think it doesn't feel right because this is something I was supposed to do by myself. And I just, I should have never dragged another person into it. And so I had to have that conversation. And so I let the person know, like, I'm really sorry. Um, I'm realizing that it was inappropriate of me to go ahead and drag you into this. Like, this was not a project that we came up with together. It was like, hey, I'm doing this. You got to do it with me or else I'm not going to do it. Who does that? I do. And that's how they got involved. Well, the thing was just that, yeah, I was expecting them to understand because there was this thing of communications where just communicate your need and, it's your project. I mean, just communicate your need. And if you express that, it's time to not, then it's not. And that's what I thought, because I speak at face value. I never like, I don't speak with a forked tongue. I tell you exactly what I mean. Like, exactly what I mean. I got the tism. I literally will tell you exactly what I mean. And so that conversation was done, and then they kept pushing it. Like, I didn't want to repeat. It felt like it was going to be a repeat of something I've experienced in the past. And I was just like, they're going to be disappointed, but I just gotta be upfront and not allow situations to be created that I could easily avoid and continue to maintain friendships and stuff. And then when that conversation happened and then we finished with a conversation, then then came the onslaught of messages that I found to be highly disrespectful. At which point, and I found it to be highly disrespectful because it completely just disregarded the sheer volume of what I contributed to the project, right? I did all the graphics, I did like intro, outro, I did everything. I fronted all the money, I like everything, literally everything. And I was like, "Listen, because you keep pushing the topic, let me really break it down for you. Everything you did, I had to redo because it's subpar. It was subpar. You're clearly not operating at the level I'm operating at, and my standards are far beyond what you can perform at. Do you need me to go further? Do you need me to further explain to you why it is not a loss to me?" I mean, I tried to be nice about it. I tried to be nice about it, where I'm just sharing with you like my personal, I think that I shouldn't have included you because I'm realizing this was always like a solo project. And it's like I was doing everything solo anyways, right? Because I'm telling you guys, if you know the way I work, my ethic, the amount of drive, like it's ridiculous. And I explained that before we started this project. I absolutely explained that. Just because you talk a big game doesn't mean you can't hang with someone who functions the way I do. Don't hype yourself up because once we start working together, I expect you to live up to your hype. Don't tell me that you're a graphic designer when your stuff looks like a child drew it with a doodle pad. Like, that's not going to be okay. And I'm not going to have no feelings about you being offended that I redid it at a professional level because I'm trying to produce something professional level. I'm just saying, like, if that's what you were going to contribute to the project, and I don't, did you barely pass the course? I'm just saying these were questions. I was like, did you just barely, like, what's up? Don't be approaching me disrespectful. And that's when I realized, like, holy hot diddly dog. That's why you were so fucking hell bent on pushing it, pushing it, pushing it, pushing it. Bring in the money, bring it. I'm like, no, 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 no. That's not how I function. That's not how I'm not just like, hurry up, let's bring in money. This shit has to be at the level that is acceptable to me. Like, when I say I'm CEO, I'm talking about that's how I conduct myself in business. I'm not just like, you know, I didn't just pay, a couple $100 to form an LLC that's not doing anything so I could have the title of CEO. Like, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it at a production level. And yeah, I'm so glad that I went ahead and I listened because that would have been real bad. That would have been real, real bad had there already been positive income for that project. That would have been real fucking bad. Because let me tell you, once I was like, no, that's it. We can't even be friends. I find your shit to be mad disrespectful right now. I was not disrespectful to you. And the fact that you're approaching me like this, no, that shit ain't gonna fly with me. You know my temperament. Don't even play with me right now. And I found out all the digital assets and subscription things that my company, it should have been in my company's name because my company paid for it and they were representative of my company as they were establishing these accounts. It was removed from my company's name. Ooh. I found that out right after they started with it. And I'm like, okay, now you're really going to see. Now you're going to really take on a fucking corporation. You have 48 hours to release those digital assets and put them back into the rightful name of the rightful owner. Unless you can prove it was your funds and your company that purchased that, you better put it back. You have 48 hours before I initiate legal proceedings. Oh, you don't gotta be like that. Yes, the fuck I do. I'm not responding to anything else. 48 hours. I don't care what's happening in your life. This is now a business action. Right? 48 hours. That's what you got. 2 business days. That's what you got. The next correspondence you receive from me will be from a legal agent of mine. That's all you get. I don't care what's happening. Am I going to bring that forward? That really shitty experience forward into every other project I do? No. I learned because there were other shitty experiences before that one. It was the same feeling. That's why I was like, you know what? Let me back up. I don't know what's happening. I don't think you're shady. I don't know. I'm not saying you're shady. I think maybe it's just, I was supposed to do this by myself. I was very genuine in that. I was very genuine in that. That was literally the reason why I was like, I think maybe we should halt because this was always a project I was instructed to do on my own. And I think I need to listen to Soul about this. Right. But after that truth was shared, Then it was like a domino effect of seeing what I was actually avoiding by simply like, nope, this is not what soul told me to do. I made a mistake. I played myself and I'm not willing to play you too. So let me just back it up. Let me just, you know what? We need to, I need to reassess this and your proper place in it. Right. And when I found the digital assets had been removed from my name, my company's name, the response was like, I don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what I'm talking about? Let me show you. Screenshot the email confirming that the digital asset had been transferred without my company's authorization to their personal name. There was no need for that. There was absolutely no need for that. Absolutely no need to do that. Nope. You're not going to gaslight me into thinking I'm being the bitch here. Nope. That's a fucking deal breaker right there. You start making all sorts of different business moves without, okay, no, that's a shadiness that I'm not down with. Because when I do business, everything is transparent. Whoever I do business with, everything is transparent. That's why everything is in contracts beforehand. Like, let's not talk about shit until we have all of that. Doop, doop, doop. Yep, all of that. You know what you feel. When you feel it, you know what it means. You know when you felt that before. You know when you felt that before. And it's not just small time things, you guys. I've had large corporations approach me. I didn't involve them. They approached me and tried to woo me and make these promises of fly me over to New York. Let's go ahead and test out these different flavors and packaging and yada yada yada, and we will launch your company nationally for you. But why? Why would you do that? What do you have to gain from that? Because you found out I'm operating a cottage business as a stay-at-home mom? You think I'm not going to look up the legalities? You want the recipe? What is it? What is it? I know you ain't doing it out the kindness of your heart. It don't feel like that to me. It don't feel like that to me. You got to listen to what your body tells you. That was a massive opportunity. A national launch of a confectionery company. They were going to cover all the costs. That was a massive opportunity. And you know, my body told me they wanted to launch it and put in legal jargon that I couldn't understand. I Google shit I don't know. Every word, if I don't know the definition inside and out, I'm Googling that and then I'm reading the whole document over again. Yes. They thought they were going to put in some type of contractual agreement that would phase me out. I'm aware. No, this confectionery company is something from my heart, created from the love I have for my children. You will not steal anything from me. If it's my destined path to be uh, the head of a confectionery company, then that's what I'll be. I don't need someone else to launch it for me. Now, if it's part of my destined path to launch something with someone, then absolutely. I will do so very tentatively. I will be very, very cautious. I will be observing very, very closely and looking for signs from my own body that tell me you're not being honest with me. You're hiding things from me. I need to step back from you. I need to void contractual agreements with you. Absolutely. I will. If I sense that, I will. I don't have to know why. I just need to know, okay, I'm not tripping. I'm really feeling this. Okay, I'm out. I'm not doing it. You have to listen to what your soul and your body is telling you. It's time to work it. It is time for you to accept opportunities that you are being presented, a time to give rather than to take. How about a time to observe? Rather than giving or taking, simply observe. Where are your thoughts rooted right now? Is it rooted in the past? causing it to become part of your present? Is it a fear of the future? Much of the things that you've done maybe have not gone as far as how you thought it would go. And so now you're like, oh, nothing ever pans out. Mm, how much of you are you going to put into it? Is it a line between the self and the soul? You see, I've owned multiple businesses before and they didn't pan out. It's not that they didn't pan out, they carry the potentiality of going very far and being very lucrative. It's that I have ADHD and I was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm done with it. I mean, it was cool, but I'm done with it. Um, yeah. So when I started this business, I thought it would go and do the same thing. 3 to 6 months, I'd be done with it, you know. It is what it is. That was in what, 2017? That was in 2017. And you know what's even funnier? So I love to teach. Um, but I thought I love to teach my kids. I love to homeschool and stuff. Right? That's kind of my thing. Um, learning how they learn and showcasing to them their elevations in learning capacity because not all kids learn the same. But back in 2017, I started an academy with a couple of other people. And then that kind of went to poop because of things I couldn't control. I figured the academy would shut down when that went to poop because, I only agreed to do that spiritual academy to help promote my associates at the time. That's why I did it. I still have my academy. It's now a freestanding academy. And I'm actively in the process of turning it into an accredited alternative health spiritual academy, university. I'm even running a certification program. Ain't that some shit? Because at no point did it feel appropriate to shut it down. I'm still not done. I'm not done enjoying the time I spend with all of my members, all of my students. I'm not done with it. I'm not done. I don't think I'll ever be done. That's one of my passions, sharing information in such a way that it empowers others. I don't think I'll ever be done. Just like I don't think I'll ever be done being Emmy. Why? Because this is the aspect of me that's most closest to the truth of who I actually am. I'll never be done being Emmy. Because Emmy evolving is nothing but the process of me returning back to my most original state. It doesn't feel like I'm done. Go based on what you feel deep within yourself, not on how lucrative something can be, not on what you think will happen, not on how far you can commit to forcing events that you think you deserve. None of that matters. If it's not aligned between the self and the soul, if it's not something that's been predestined by soul, you're not going to make it happen. That's how you get yourself caught up in things that are very detrimental for you. Nothing will come of this situation. Nothing will come of this situation. If you're trying to force something, nothing's going to come out of it. But on the flip side, to the other people who aren't trying to force things, who are operating more in a space of like, I don't know if I should, because I don't know, nothing good ever happens for me. And this just seems like it's too good to be true. You're very close to achieving your goal. In addition to that, you can expect powerful change. Ooh, 100% at 10:10. Sorry. 44 viewers. 444. Hold on. I got to screenshot it. There. Hold on. Did I get it? Did I get it? Y'all, I'm so fucking good. I'm so fucking good. Oh my god. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my god. Hold on. Hi, baby. Where? Hold on. Hold on. Thank you, baby. Okay. Hold on. Here goes, guys. Oh, wait. I got to open it. Where are you? You got to see the numbers and my face. Look at this. Look at this. Here, look. Where? Oh, look at this. Come on the screen. I ain't got time. Look at this. Look. 444 at 44 viewers. Oh, I cut off the time. It was 100% at 10:10. I just love when numbers talk. Anyways, expect powerful change. There's a lot of beautiful things that are headed your way. There's a lot. I'm out of time. I got to get ready for class. You guys, you got to work on things, okay? Work on the fear that causes you to think that you shouldn't do the things you need to do. Work on the exaggerated sense of self that is trying to convince your demon Harita ass to do shit that you should not do. Find that balance. Find that balance. Don't be demon Horita ish. Don't listen to the intrusive thoughts that are telling you to do shit that you know you shouldn't do. There's many of us that listen to those voices. Don't listen to them. Let your body guide you. Let your body be the very thing that's like, girl, you should. Or, girl, no, you shouldn't. I don't know what you should do. You need to decide. Don't let anyone else decide for you. You need to be the one to decide that and make a decision, stick with it. Okay. So give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Join me when I'm live. I'll see you guys again very soon. Bye, everyone.